I like to watch Married with Children before I get to work or while I'm getting ready for work in the morning. It's around 6 or 7 a.m. I like to. It's on TBS. They show reruns of Married with Children from roughly, I think, 5 or 6 until 7 or 8. And I have to say it like that because it's always kind of in flux. Like sometimes Married with Children will go until 8, but sometimes King of Queens takes over at 7, and there's no real consistent schedule with it. And I assume it's because, like, it's mostly older people that watch Married with Children. It's unfair though. I'm one of those people where I miss shows like Married with Children, and I appreciate that they're still given airtime, shows like that and Seinfeld, but they're not. I feel like they're being replaced by stuff like The Big Bang Theory and even King of Queens, which I just can't really stand. It's those shows where they feel more like white noise, and that you go visit people who are watching the show and they never really laugh or engage with the show in any way. They just kind of stare at it. And they even talk to you like that, where they're like, it's just kind of something in the background, something to have on. And I'm like, but why don't you want to be like belly laughing at it, like at the best Seinfeld episodes or Frasier episodes, or and I compare it to those shows because I feel like back in the 90s, kind of like, you know, after Cheers, but during Seinfeld, there was this golden age of the sitcom where you had a lot of really brilliant comedians that were giving you their best work. And maybe they were trying to break in at the time, but they were still giving it their best. Like they were giving you their most clever, funniest material. And now and you were watching sitcoms holding them to the standard of Seinfeld episodes like The Soup Nazi, or The Bottle Deposit, or Kramer burns down the cabin with the Cuban cigars. Like you were holding sitcom writing to that standard, at least I was. And you could watch it diminish over time. Like I like Friends, but you could see that that's where the trend towards current television began. It was just this kind of like filling the space on TV for a while. And occasionally it had the decency to be clever or punny or to get an actual audible laugh out of you. And today, like I said, it's that phenomenon of like The Big Bang Theory's been on for 13 years. And I swear to God, I can't think of a single time that I walked into a living room when it was on and people were holding their sides laughing and like slapping their knees and crying and like acting like they were, having a good time. It's always like they're just kind of silently munching their TV dinner and blankly staring at the TV like cows, and Sheldon happens to be on it. And I really wish people would stop debating with me on that. I'm like, it's just not like the old days with the must-see TV lineup on NBC that had like, Seinfeld and Frasier, and those news radio even was wonderful in its time before Phil Hartman died. And you had all this really great talent, really great writing. And I feel like all of that has been swept away for lowest common denominator space-filling crap. And you can't even say that without people coming at you like you're pretentious. And is it really pretentious to hold professionals to a higher standard? To say that comedians should be funnier? Is that really pretentious to say that there should be more laughs per minute if they're getting paid as much as they are? And I'm tired of that effect of like the Big Bang Theory, King of Queens effect, where it's just kind of on. And that is what the morning becomes once King of Queens takes over. And I joke with my girlfriend, I'm always calling it a different name or an annoying name to piss her off. And I'm always like King of Kevins or Kevin of Hearts. Like the Queen of Kevin. And she's like, it's King of Queens. Like, I'm like, I don't even know if we like certain episodes and things like that. And I'm not going to lie, like Kevin James has his moments. But again, on a lazy writing level, it feels like Jerry Stiller just walked off of the set on Seinfeld as George Costanza's dad and just kind of like, Kevin James was like, can you do that for me? Could you like bring that on my show, that Costanza thing? And then he just kind of like made it more of a hard edge Jersey, Archie Bunker type. But it's, it's Jerry Stiller. It's meant to evoke George Costanza. I'm so sorry. It's what it's supposed to do. And it's one of those shows like The Big Bang Theory where it seems to reference other better shows rather than being quotable in its own right. So, I don't want to step on anyone's toes that likes these shows. I'm sorry that I don't enjoy them. I'm sorry that I've witnessed other people not enjoying them, who then get into this very irrational defensive state of like, hey, 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 it's what we watch around here. It's what we like. It's what we put on. And I'm like, okay, if that's the standard now, fine. I'll sit here and shut up while you guys pretend to enjoy something you're not laughing at. And I don't like doing that in the morning before work. I like to feel good. I like to watch something where the writers fucking gave a damn, the actors gave a damn. And Al Bundy is increasingly a long time ago. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.